As a new writer, I'm sure you're eager to get better, and ideally as quickly as possible. It's gonna take time to improve to the level that I'm sure you're striving for. But there are a few things you can do right now to put yourself in the best mindset to become a better writer fast. I want you to be a sponge. An easy way to become a better writer is to become a better reader. So I want you to absorb as much of the written word as you can. Whether that's with books, poems, news articles, Reddit threads, the label of your shampoo bottle, anything. Just read and be more aware of the copy around you. And for the times when you're reading something and you feel like you have a little bit more brain power to spare, I want you to go a little deeper and dissect the words and think about them a little bit more. Think about why the writer chose a certain style or specific words. Think about what you like about the words. Think about what you don't like about the words. Maybe what you would change if you were in charge of that copy. The more you read, the more you'll start to identify what you like and don't like, and that's how you would eventually develop your own voice and style as a writer. Now, one thing to note is that if you're working in advertising, you're most likely not going to be writing in your own personal voice and style. It's going to be the voice and style of the brand. So the more you read, the more styles and perspectives you'll have absorbed, and those can really help you adapt quickly to any brand voice that gets thrown at you. To become a better writer, you're gonna have to write a lot. Shocking, I know. I'm not telling you need to start a routine where you wake up at 5 a.m. and write for hours every morning. I just want you to be prepared and willing to put in the effort and the time that copywriting takes. There's a general rule of thumb that it takes writing 100 headlines to get to one great headline. Obviously, that's gonna change as you get better. It won't take you 100 headlines to get to one good one, but that's the mindset you should have going into copywriting. You practice, you iterate. You write the same headline over and over, changing one word at a time until you find that perfect one. You write 25 different punchlines to the same setup. You keep writing, even when you think you've already written something really good. The more you write, the better you'll be. Remember to not take yourself too seriously. Being a writer, or any creative, really requires vulnerability, because you're gonna write a lot of terrible stuff, some real stinkers, but you have to embrace the stink. Don't get down on yourself. It's all part of the process. You have to get through the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. You have to empty your brain of all the crappy writing to get to the good writing. It's just how it works. And I want you to forget the rules. School taught us not to start sentences with conjunctions, but I do that all the time in my copy because it's how normal people speak. And a lot of copywriting and advertising is about relating to your audience. So if you're speaking like a robot and they're speaking like a normal human, there's gonna be a disconnect. So feel free to ignore the rules of grammar when it makes sense to. Got milk? That's not proper grammar, but it's one of the most iconic pieces of copywriting of all time. It's not technically right, but it's also so right. Feel free to put weird words together in a sentence or make up words. As long as you're writing within the voice of the brand or whoever you're writing for, you can play with the copy and embrace the weirdness that comes along with it. Write stuff that makes you laugh and just play around until you find something that makes you feel something. So there you go. Read a lot, iterate a lot, and mess up a whole lot more. Doing those things will put you in the right mindset to become a better writer. And before you know it, you'll actually be writing things that you kind of like.